Hey YouTube, I just wanted to showcase my Noble Knight deck. Um, it's an alright deck this format, if you open up ideally or you draw into Midrot. Essentially this deck has the problem it's always faced. If you don't draw Midrot, you're going to be fighting an uphill battle, and then eventually you're going to lose if you don't draw into a Dristin, or just good enough things to hold up your Dristin, or if you don't draw into Midrot. Um, I tried out the Hoban engine in this, so you draw into your Madrot a little faster. It works out, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Um, it's an alright deck until the deck gets like a Searcher. Um, the deck's not really going to do anything competitive. Um, I would love to see personally a Noble Knight trap card, like a Noble Arms trap card that I could use in the damage step. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe like a Spellbook Tower for the deck. That'd be fantastic. But other than that, that's really it. Let's just get into the deck profile. Triple Madrot. Uh, it deserves the $40 tag it has. It's really the heart and core of the deck. And you can't ever find these singles or as a playset. You have to get them with the whole deck, like all the time. They're really hard to find. Triple Boars. He opens up your rank 5 plays. You get to your deck so you aren't top decking like your equipped spells, and so you're top decking Madrots. It's pretty good. Double Dristin. To me, this is probably the second best card in the deck. Why this card isn't worth more is beyond me. This card is so good. If you're in a bad situation, just summon this, equip it, pop their monster or a face-up spell trap, and just with good protection, if you just like put a Destiny Excalibur and a Gwen on this, you're set to go for like 5 turns because they can't get over this guy. And every time you equip him, I get to pop one. It's just a really good card. 2 Gawain, I like to call him Gay One. He opens up your Xyz plays, and if he's the only thing you open up with, he's just a 1900 beater that you can equip with all your other equip spells. 1 Gualchavad. I was going to take this out for Soul Charge when it comes out, but he's just too clutch. I mean, he is so good. If you have a Madrot, and if you top deck this and you have like a Madrot in graveyard and your opponent's top decking too, you summon that, you slap a Caliburn on it, Caliburn gain 500, Gualchavad effect, target Madrot, add Madrot to hand, pop Caliburn, Caliburn goes back on the field, gain 500, and it's just an endless loop every turn because you're adding a monster for free and you're gaining like 1,000 life points every turn because of Caliburn and him. He's just such a good clutch card. And then last of the noble cards, 2 Queens. I don't like 1. 2 is pretty good. Drawing these kind of sucks though, but having these is pretty good for when if your Xyz monster ever gets like big eyed or something ever gets big eyed, you have another one. Someone big eyed my Artorigus because they popped the Excalibur. I had a Dristin in hand, Dristin summon. I happen to have 2 of these. I just went off from there and it was awesome. 1 Teeking. Teeking's definitely coming out for when Soul Charge comes out. I mean, Soul Charge is just so good in this deck. I mean, you pay 2k to get your 2 Noble Knights, but you're paying 2k to essentially summon this guy. I mean, you set up and he's a Heartbeat's Feather Duster. He's too good. But Thunder King right now does put in work. He's format King Ryo. I don't see why everyone isn't playing this card. The One Honest, a lot of people don't play this in Noble Knights, surprisingly. A lot of people told me to take this out at my locals, but it's really clutch if I have a Dristin or I'm sitting on Teeking. Double Valor, this card is so good because if they MST your Excalibur, you always hold the Valors for when they 101 because 101 is like your worst enemy ever since 101 came out. 101 is like this deck's worst nightmare. And then I main 1 Maxi only because a lot of decks are starting to special summon a lot, so I always main 1. For the Noble Arms, I do double Destiny, double Excalibur. I do double Caliburn, only because it's such a good troll card. If I open up this and I'm a draw it, I'm going to go to 9,500 on my first turn and have a big ass field. I would definitely play 2 Caliburn when Soul Charge comes out, because paying that life points kind of sucks, but you essentially just get it for free with Caliburn. I mean, it's so easy with this deck. And then I do the 1 Gallatin and the 1 Arthur. Arthur's good. This, it's so good against Gyarados. And then Gallatin is just whenever you need to push or you're trying to have an established field. So I think that's 8 equips total. Pretty small number, but including the queens, it's 10. Not a bad amount. I do double Kaiser. Triple Kaiser is bad to me because top decking this is horrible. Wow, I mean, there's nothing worse than top decking in Kaiser Coliseum, and you have no field advantage. The 1 Rhoda. I do triple upstart, simply because you want to draw into your Madrats, and who cares if you're giving them 1,000, because in the end, you have a 3k beater. I mean, who really cares? Then I do double Lance. I don't want triple Lance, because I just don't like triple Lance. I think double Lance is perfectly fine. For some reason, most of the time, Lance doesn't even help me. Everyone's playing Blackhorn this format. For some reason, or maybe it's just my luck lately, but everyone has a Solemn Warning. Everyone has a Solemn Warning. Lance will not save you there. Triple MST, because Fiendish Chain kind of sucks. And then for the only traps, I do triple Reckless, so that you draw into your combo pieces. This card is really, really good in this deck, simply because this deck is all about field advantage. If you have an established field, you can Reckless no problem, because you're not worried about your draw phases. You have an established field, it doesn't matter. But Reckless is very, very good in this deck, simply because you need to draw into your Madrats. If you open up like a Boros, a Dristan, a Gawain, you could just set this, chill out, draw for turn, and then if you can really push, and you can afford to push, just Reckless greet it, and then you just draw. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but most of the time it does. For the Xyz, double Artorigas. This card is like the bomb.com. I mean, I don't even know how to explain him. He's a Harpy's Feather Duster. He equips himself. Soul Charge in this deck is stupid because it's just an instant him. I have an established field and I just Harpy Feather Duster you for like what, 2k? Who cares? I have Caliburn. He's so good. Sacred Knight. This card is even better. Most of the time you won't get his last effect to activate, because most of the time he'll just Big Eye him or 101 him. That's usually how he leaves the field, is just he loses to 101. I don't think I've ever lost a Sacred Knight outside of 101. Usually, if you get Sacred Knight out, your opponent's going to have an uphill battle. And you should not be losing unless they MSC the Excalibur and you get it 101. But he's really good. The fact that he can destroy any monster regardless of position is also really, really good. But then again, he's a card made for the archetype, so I would hope he's good. Blade Armor, Excalibur. This card is so busted. I love this card. Freaking Excalibur. I had to beat over someone's Susanoo, and I knew that they had a Crane in hand. I summoned Excalibur, equipped Gallatin on him, and I was like, YOLO, 5k! Starliege and Omega for the lights. And then for the generic rank 4s, I have the Silent Honor Arc, Lavalva Chain, Diamond Dyer, Abyss Dweller, Black Ship, Cowboy, and Crazy Box. I really do like these cards quite a bit. Crazy Box only because Skill Drain kind of sucks. Cowboy, and Crazy Box against Abyss Gaia is so good. Oh my god. Gaga Cowboy. Black Ship I make quite a bit. I think that's more player preference though. Abyss Dweller, he's just Abyss Dweller. Diamond Dyer, I use Diamond Dyer a lot to pop Light Imprisoning Mirrors. That's what people like to side. But that's my answer to that, is Diamond Dyer. It's a really good card. Lavalva Chain if you need to set up and put Gwen in grave, and then the Honor Arc is Honor Arc. It shouldn't be explained. Tell me what you guys think of the deck. If you guys liked it, please let me know. Um, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.